Ngangitshithe ngifika ngimvusa ngoba ngimlofika ekucala lapha ngangimvusa ngimkhaze kusithi kunenhlavu lingenela abeleni. Letinye belingenela emsweni letinye lamlendeni. Ngoba ngitshithe nasengibuta kula maphoyisa ngomnele nginakile ngile yokucala lengitshithe nangimgwabula ngakhanza ukuthi ngingenela edlala.
Linda Shonga for Channel Yemaswati News Babane.
The Judiciary Service Commission dismissed some reports by the Times of Eswatini that pertains the issue of the administration of justice.
In a press statement released to the media by the acting Secretary of the Judiciary Service Commission, it stated that they have noted concern of numerous articles published by Times of Eswatini on issues pertaining to the administration of justice. We wish to categorically state that these articles are not only devoid of truth, but are intended to scandalize and diminish the integrity of courts. In 2020, the World Bank, in a meeting with the Honorable Chief Justice, the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, met with the World Bank and emphasized the importance of commercial courts and the ease of doing business. Was agreed that it is imperative for Eswatini to establish these courts as it would attract direct foreign investments. The judiciary budgeted for their establishment, where the Minister of Justice was consulted about the establishment of the commercial court. The Honorable Chief Justice consulted with members of the Law Society in his chambers and invited them to make contributions on this establishment of the court. Again, the last week of March, further consultation was held between the Chief Justice and the President of the Law Society. It further clarifies that it is important to understand that legally, consultation is an administrative concept and does not mean to seek approval. Accordingly, commercial court has been established in accordance with the Constitution after a necessary consultation were done. Be that as it may, the President of the Law Society is still welcome to make contribution, more so because the commercial court is still at infancy stage. For Channel Yemaswati News, I'm Linda Shonga. Babane.
Eswatini is encouraged to work with like-minded countries in ensuring that benefits are realized from the multilateral trading systems.
On the 12th to the 16th of June 2022, ministers from the 164 members of the World Trade Organization met in Geneva, Switzerland for the 12th edition of the WTO Ministerial Conference. This conference was set to end on the 15th of June 2022, but due to the non-conclusion of the matters on the table, the conference ended in the wee hours of the morning on Thursday, 17 May 2022. The ministers did indeed deliver on an outcome that will change the lives of many. An important outcome of the conference was on food security, where ministers committed to taking concrete steps to facilitate trade and improve the functioning and long-term resilience of global markets for food and agricultural products, including cereals, fertilizers, and other agricultural production inputs. As a member of the WTO, Eswatini benefits from the special and differential treatment provided to developing countries. The objectives of seeking special and differential treatment is to enable developing countries to pursue policies aimed at achieving industrialization, structural transformation, and diversification of the economy, raising living standards, and further integrating into the multilateral trading systems in sustainable manner. The outcome of MC12 reaffirms that any special treatment given to developing countries should be maintained. This may be in the areas of aid for trade facilitation, trade finance, and development assistance. Eswatini is a small and vulnerable economy, landlocked, a net food importing developing country, preference dependent, limited commodity exporting country, and prone to the negative and devastating impact of climate change. A decision to exempt food purchases on emergency and humanitarian grounds by the World Food Programme from export restrictions means that Eswatini can have access to emergency food supplies in times of need. The statement was released to the media by the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade.
Welcome back as we continue with our news bulletin. 10 youth companies awarded 10,000 malangeni each by MTN under doers competition.
Eswatini MTN supported the entrepreneurs under the youth program as they were given 10,000 malangeni each, as 10 winners went away with their checks today at the MTN headquarters, where at least 100,000 was pumped into their project of the Doers competition under the 21 days of Yellow Care. Chief Executive Officer appreciated the opportunity and stated that they want to contribute positively to the country's development.
MTN sijabula kakhulu ukuthi namhlanje bantwana bethu labafundi ababhizinisi bakwathola ama prize 10,000 malangeni ngamunye labantu abacela amabhizinisi lamancane. Lanje sadiko siyathemba ukuthi lamabhizinisi kusasa atawukhula abe makhulu. Thina njenga MTN lokhu kuliphasi koluhlelo la 21 days of yellow care la khona thina sithatha uthi emaswati onke lamasha labancane bakwazi ukuthi bafunze amabhizinisi la hambelana ne-digital economy, amabhizinisi la khona sifundisa abantu abasha ukuthi bangathatha njani i-digital economy bakwazi ba-aplaye emabhizinisini. So siyabonga nje kakhulu, sifuna futhi congratulate lalaba ngu-10 labawinile namhlanje, and siyathemba ukuthi leti nkampani labadicalayo lamabhizinisi labacalayo atawukhula abe madinkampani letinkulu kusasa.
Msebe Malinga from the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade stated that innovation should come with the youth, especially in establishing businesses.
Business, we are very much excited and honored to be a part of this program. Where Baba awarded financial support and escalating their business. And we want to encourage the youth in particular to use these digital spaces and initiatives meant for them, and also this extends to the private sector to say we avail a conducive environment for such programs and businesses and markets for the youth. So we should go digital in everything that we do, which also includes business Eswatini.
Linda Shoma for Channel Yemaswati News at Temalangeni Dlamini, Ezuluini.
ESWATINI Public Procurement CEO says it is important for the media to be given clarity on procurement. He said this in a meeting with media practitioners held at Zibane Sami Hotel. ESWATINI Public Procurement Regulatory Agency had a workshop with media practitioners to inform and educate them more about procurement. The Cyprus Chief Executive Officer Vusimoti Matebula said he hopes that after the workshop, journalists will have a clear understanding which will help them report facts and further encourage them to use their offices for clarity before reporting anything to the public.
I-encourage accountability and transparency endleleni lesinda ngayo tinto. Siyacela ke lokho ukuthi kule workshop yanamuhla we try by all means ukuthi siparticipate, siphinde futhi sizame ukuthi si-engage with our presenters that are going to presenting. Lengidacela ngoba asikakhona kwena lithuba lekuthi si-introduceane ukuthi when you ask your question uthi sholo gama lakho nethi usebenzela kuphi, and then so that you can start to know and put the names to the faces or the faces to the names. Lokunye lendacela ukuhighlighta ukuthi siyathi ukuthi media is very important in any democratic country, in any democratic situation. Ngalokuthi umsebenzi wenu ukuthi nikhone ukufundzisa, kwatisa ne-entertainer. Lesibonile ke kulama previous instances ukuthi incumbi yetimvo lebetenteka letingahambi kahle, especially ka procurement, lebengeke ukuthi sati ngato, we got to learn about it from the media. Siyacela ke lo ukuthi ezisichubeka sisebenta sing-ESPRA nibe yi-partner yethu kulo msebenzi leswendawo. Manenge ama reforms i-agencies zama ukuthi walethe lamanye ataba uncomfortable to a lot of quarters and people, but ke nangabe nini niyithole kahle lenzaba ukuthi i-agency iconze kuphinda ukhona ukuthi nizirepotele kahle, into khona nekuthi ivakale kahle kubamvu ngoba kulesinye isikhathi ukhanza ukuthi i-intention yinhle and the results of what is being done are actually noble, but ngalokuthi ayikaveki kahle kulabamvu labaniketwa that particular service, and the media also understand kahle ukuthi which direction is taking. Immediate ifika ithatha i-angle yayo ibhekisele emva kwaloko ke awukude kumuntu ophinza kuve noma ngabe le envelope ofuna kuyenda ikahle kwani. Kulesinye isikhathi ukuthi mhlazana so ne right to respond noma I right to reply kube ngikhani wonke umvathi hawu bekasola thuleleni, which becomes a little bit also where ukhanza ukuthi i-media angithi siyaxoxa ukhanza ukuthi i-media taphuma story lesingasi as the person responsible, so wenda ke i-press release, and the press release doesn't come cheap, it's also money, and at that point this advert ngithi kube bekuthiwa senda i-social work ngabe ticatfulo letingaphi tebamfana labangakhona nyalokhu kubusika kusibafele ticatfulo baye esikolweni.
For Channel Yemaswati News, I am Temalangeni Dlamini with Linda Shongwe and Tibuyile Mthembu. So SWACA has launched a fund to assist women and young girls whose businesses were destroyed during the unrest.
Open Society Initiative of Southern Africa is sponsoring SWACA to fund small businesses, especially those who were affected by COVID-19 and the political unrest in the country. These funds will help to fund small businesses in the informal sector, especially those run by women in the country. Sakile Dlamini, SWACA's communication officer, has encouraged women, especially the youth, who are willing to apply for the funding to do so.
Shothi siyinhlangano yengungu emathemba ngokuchaswa ngoye Osisa sithole ifunding yokuthi sisite bomake nemanfombatane le babosoma business labancane in the informal sector lokhanza ukuthi ama business abo athikabetekile ngesikhathi se political unrest sitakwazi ukuthi kuningi lokwendeka ngalesikhathi leso lapho khona abantu baluthelwa bashiselwe ama business abo labanye nje ngaso lesimo sekuthi isimo bese sikabi sibucayi ukhanza ukuthi bebangasakhona irun ama business wabo bagcine futhi sebawile bangasakhona nekuvuka. So leli lifuba lelinhle labo bomake nemanfombatane ekuthenini ba applyele lokuthi bathole le seed funding noma loku esekeleka ukuthi bavuse ema business abo batathi ke ngoku apply bese kuyahlungwa kukhefa labo labang 400 bese sebathi la labang 400 batholeke kuceceshwa ngato tindzaba tema business emva kaloko bathole elama vouchers ukuthi bakwadi ukuthatha stoko bavuse ema business abo.
Engabe labo make labatositwa ngilabaqhamuka kuphi nje?
Ngibonga kakhulu shothi bomakela batawuthola lisito kuloku ngiwo wonke emake nemfombatane lokhona even la Kangwane sibukile nje ukuthi sithole kuto tonke tifundza babe khona ngoba vele nalo ma trainings sibheke ukuthi sitawenda khona etifundza.
Application forms are available in Mbabane OPD, SWACA offices in Manzini, Pikes Town Board, Simunye Clinic and Tlatikulu Hospital. Reporting is Tibuyile Mthembu, Mbabane.
Macmillan has staged a virtual schools cultural competition.
ESWATINI Macmillan continues to show their support and appreciation for culture in schools as they have donated a sum of 250,000 for their annual cultural competition. Today, they hosted a virtual competition where different schools performed different cultural dance, including Sibhaca, Umiso, Dramajorate, and Ingadla. One of the speakers has stressed that as an organization, Macmillan is dedicated to promote arts and culture in schools to ensure that they instill culture in the younger generation.
Siyabonga kakhulu into lekhona ukuthi lo msebenzi lo so uneminyaka Macmillan awusekela lo nyaka ke ngisho ukuthi la sikhona khona kuma elimination stages because schools culture ubanjalo ubamba ema competitions la sekelwe Macmillan ngetimali over the years ke beyikhuphuka le mali inyuka kuya ngetidzingo ukuthi le competition ibita kanganani lo mnyaka lengakusho nje ukuthi lo nyaka Macmillan usekelele lo msebenzi lomkhulu nakangaka ngemali lenganga 250,000 kuze ukuthi lo msebenzi ube impumelelo lana ke sikhuluma ngokuthi tikolwa ngalaka culture loku Sibhaca ichaza ngafaka kanjani.
This event will take place in all the regions of the country as per their mandate. Reporting is Tibuyile Mthembu with Linda Shongwe, Mbaba.
Before we end our news bulletin for tonight, let us look at our top stories making headlines. Yemaswati charity organization has received food parcels from Boxer Superstores. Inyati Construction has raised $500,000 Malangeni reward to anyone who may assist with information to name arsonists. The Judiciary Service Commission has dismissed some reports by the Times of Eswatini that pertains to the issue of the administration of justice. We've come to the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Till next time. Good night.